Welcome everyone to your Monday morning yoga flow. Welcome to Cincinnati and Covington, Kentucky. Let's get settled in on our mats, our clear space on the floor. I'd like to start us in comfortable seat today. For practice, you won't really need any props unless you'd like to use a blanket for comfort and ease. If you do have the blanket, this is a nice space to put it underneath your hips so your hips are a little bit elevated. Maybe choosing to close your eyes or gazing softly at a space in front of you. Just begin to watch your breath as it naturally flows in and out of your nose. Inhaling, filling your belly up, and exhaling, depleting your belly, your torso of the air. Just focusing on your breath, maybe experiencing the sound of the birds flying by, maybe the air, and also the singing bowl in a moment. Focusing on the vibration of the bowl, maybe the vibration of your air filling up your lungs, and then witnessing the air leaving your body, like this empty singing bowl. Settling in to your practice of yoga, time of self-care. Bringing your hands to your heart space, bowing your head to your heart. Acknowledging the time you created to come to practice today. Lift your hands from your heart to your forehead. And then release your hands up towards the sky, opening palms up. On your exhalation, circle your hands down, palms to your thighs, slightly rounding your spine, bringing chin to chest. Inhale, earth, and exhale naturally here. Inhale, raising palms up right above your head. Interlock all fingers except for pointer fingers. Lengthen up spine. And on your exhale, take your hands down to your thighs, slightly rounding the spine. This is called mountain breath. Inhale, spine up naturally. Exhale. Inhale, circle, sweep hands up. Interlock all fingers except for pointer. Lengthen up spine. Exhale, bring your hands down towards your thighs, rounding spine. Inhale naturally. Exhale naturally. Circle again, inhaling up. Palms interlock. Exhale, drop hands to thighs, round spine slightly. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale. Let's practice a few more of these, about 3 on our own. Mountain breath is a breath to ground us. So we feel our sits bones on the earth, we feel our legs under us, our feet where they're touching. We feel our breath in our entire torso, our core. We also, pressing our thighs, begin to ground, feel safe, awake. It's a nice breath to come to if you're feeling anxious and ungrounded, overwhelmed. When you get to the third exhalation, third round, just come back to the natural breath with crossed legs. Maybe palms are down on your knees, your thighs. Closing the eyes, taking an internal gaze. How are you feeling today? How do you want to walk into your week? How are you feeling coming out of the pandemic? That's what I'd like to focus on today, actually, in our practice. How can I take care of myself? Going into stores, coming out, maybe seeing lots of people without masks. Check in with yourself always and do what's comfortable for you. We learn that on our mat. But how can I really check in and take care of myself, especially during this stressful time? Blinking eyes open, begin to raise the palms of your hands up towards the sky and take your right hand to left knee, circle sweep left hand behind you. Lengthen up on inhale, and on exhale, take a look out over your left shoulder. Circling yourself back to center, palms come back up above head. Exhale to switch it out, reverse it, bringing left hand to right knee, circling back right hand, touching fingertips on the ground, lengthen up spine. Exhale, take a look out over right shoulder now. Coming back to center, palms raised above head, and on your exhale, drop them to the heart space. Inhale, twist the torso over to left. Exhale to center. Inhale, twist it to right. Exhale to center. Let's practice that another time. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Palms circle up again. This time let's fold over our legs, bringing our fingertips down, maybe palms of hands or forearms. Inhale to lengthen up the spine. Exhale to fold. Here, let's drop our chin towards our chest, slightly rounding our spine up. And with each breath, see if you can begin to fill your belly up. And exhale, pressing belly against thighs, really getting rid of the air. Enjoying this outer stretch of your hips. Maybe getting into your lower back area here. Raising slowly back up. Palms come up above head again. Circle them down behind your hips, taking your fingertips behind hips on the earth. On your exhale, float the chest out to the horizon, maybe beginning to look up towards sky. Giving yourself a slight stretch in your heart space, a slight arch, and maybe stretching into your throat. The place of communication. May this be the day, the week of all open communication for you in your life and all those that you talk with. Coming back to parallel chin to the earth. Take your hands to your knees. Begin to round spine, bringing chin towards chest. Inhale, arch that back. Bring the chin up. Exhale, rounding spine. Bending into your elbows. Linking these seated cat-cows with your breath. Feeling into your spinal column. Focusing on how you can feel safe and secure walking into the week. What can you do for yourself? Can you lighten any chores, any tasks? Check in with you. Get rid of anything that is giving you some sort of anxiety. Try to lighten up what you need to do this week. Coming back to stillness, lengthen up spine. Exhale, drop the breath back to your hips, feeling crown of head pulled towards sky and hips toward the earth. Feel how long and lengthy your spine is. Take breath up through crown of head, drop it back to your hip points. Inhaling up, exhale. See if you can begin to roll over your knees or slide your feet to one side or the other, coming up onto hands and knees. Tabletop position. Lengthen up your spine, feeling your back like a tabletop, as if you could put a tray of teacups and it wouldn't fall off. Tops of feet are down to the earth. Your hands, feel all fingers on the earth. Feel the four corners of the actual pad, the palm of your hand. Drop belly, look up. Exhale, rounding spine, chin towards chest. Inhale, dropping belly, looking up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, dropping belly, looking up. Exhale to round the spine. Practicing several more rounds of cat-cow. Really get into a space that may, need a little extra love. So if that means to shift your hips back to get into that low back, then that's what that means for you today. Here, begin to curl your toes under as you come to that natural flat back. See if you can bring your hips towards your heels, and any amount arms are still extended out in front of you. Walking fingers back towards knees. See if you can begin to raise up onto the ball of your feet. Raising spine. Lengthen up on inhale. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Crown of head as if it's touching the sky. Feel pulled by both sky and earth. This is a toe stand. Bring the palms of your hands together at heart space. Can you begin to open your left leg out to side? Inhale that leg back closed. Open right leg to sky. Bring it closed. Inhale, arms up to forehead, hands, and then up towards sky, separating palms. Drop hands, palms together to heart. Open up both knees to the side, dropping your hands to the earth in any amount. Feeling the outside of your hips stretching, and eventually begin to drop your ears in between your biceps. Walking your hands back slowly. Come back with knees together, back to toe stand. Bring that navel up and in towards spine. Hands can stay on your thighs, knees. Drop your hands again to the earth. Lift your hips up towards sky, dropping head down. Standing forward fold. Allow your breath to flow in and out of your nose, up and down your spine. Maybe shifting left to right, bending into one knee and then the other. Separate your feet so that they're hip width apart. And bring your left hand right underneath your gaze. Bend into left knee. Circle up, right hand towards sky. Exhale, lengthen out left leg. Take right hand down underneath gaze. Bend into right knee and circle up left hand towards sky. Drop that hand to the earth. Step your feet in. Drop your head in between your shoulders, your biceps. Begin to bend into your knees. Bring your knees back to the earth, back into tabletop position. Once you get to tabletop, bring your belly up and in towards the spine and extend right leg long, ball of foot is on the earth. Press fully into the ball of your foot, really lengthening up, stretching into the calf muscle. Shifting shoulders over wrist. Inhale, bring your right leg up to hip height. Foot is flexed. Exhale, lengthen out left arm long, thumb is up towards ceiling. Bend into this right knee. Maybe you circle your left hand onto your left hip. Maybe you bind your left hand to your right foot, floating heart out towards horizon. Either your hand is on hip or on foot. Heart is out in front. Extend everything long and drop both your knee and your hand down to the earth, shifting hips left to right. Coming to stillness in tabletop, extending left foot, leg long, press fully, yet gently into the ball of your foot. Feeling that beautiful stretch in the calf muscle. Come back to shifting shoulders over wrists. And inhale, left leg up to hip height, belly comes in towards spine. Exhale, right arm long, thumb is up towards the sky. Bending into that left knee. Maybe you circle right hand onto right hip, or you connect your foot to your hand. If you're connected and bound, see if you can press hand into foot and foot into hand, floating heart out towards horizon. Exhale everything long, drop both limbs down to the earth, shifting back and forth, side to side, hips. Begin to curl your toes under and come up to the high plank. So your heels will be pointed back to the back of mat. Your head, crown of head is pointed to front of mat. Feel nice and long here. On your exhale, drop it down to your forearms. Coming into forearm plank. Hips are parallel towards the earth. Taking inhales and exhales naturally. If you come to any anxiety in these postures, just come to the knees. Feel a sensation of ease. Begin to drop your head in between your biceps and slowly walk a couple steps up towards your elbows, dropping the crown of head towards the earth. It won't touch. It'll be slightly floating up off the earth. This is forearm down dog, building strength in your shoulders, your arms. This is a nice preparation to eventually float up to headstand. Slowly walk your feet back, dropping the hips parallel towards the earth and dropping knees now to the earth. Belly and hip points are on earth. Walk those shoulders walk your elbows underneath shoulders and shift your hips back and forth, floating your heart space out to the horizon. Your chin is slightly dropped towards chest. Tops of feet are on the earth, activating your legs fully here. Yes, this is a resting asana, a resting posture. It's known as Sphinx, but it's also highly active. Bring the breath to your lower back area. Bring your breath from the tips of your toes all the way up on inhalation to your hip points. On your exhale, drop from hip points down to toes. As you're ready, curl your toes under, stay on your forearms, and can you lift your hips back up to forearm plank? Can you now take the palms of your hands underneath shoulders, coming into high plank? So it's like we're walking up some escalier, some steps. We walk down steps this way, now we're walking up. Bring the tailbone, drop head, coming into downward facing dog. And breathe. Feeling the four corners of your hands. Feeling your feet on the earth, your hips up towards sky. Let's begin to step our right foot in between our hands. So here, I'm not gonna mirror you, you just wanna turn so that you can see me. Come up to the ball of your left foot. Separate both feet so that they are not in one line, but yet they are in railroad track form. Inhale, raise your torso up, off of the thigh, and then inhale your arms as you fully raise torso up. Hands, fingertips, as if they can really reach and touch the clouds up in the sky, bending into the front knee. Crescent moon, lunge. Exhale your arms back behind you, floating torso as if it's hovering over that right thigh. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, drop back. Inhale up. Palms of hands together. Staying up on the ball of your left foot if at all possible. Maybe you want to walk that left foot in just a bit. Inhale, lengthen up spine. And on your exhale, turn to your right side, taking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Prayer twist. If this isn't happening for you, you can always come to hands on side, turning torso over to right. Untwisting on inhalation, raise those hands up towards sky. And on your exhale, open wide into warrior two. So your right toes will be pointed towards the top of your mat. Lengthen arms to a T. Bend into this front knee. Shoulders come away from the ears. Push to the front of your mat and flip your right palm and float it up and over, dropping the left hand to your left thigh. Exalted warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Bend into this right elbow and take your right forearm on top of right thigh. Circle out and above your ear with your left arm. Press into your feet on inhalation, raise it back up. Drop your hands to your side and lengthen this left leg long. Flip both feet so that they're parallel. Take your hands to your hips and lengthen on inhale your entire spine. Crown of head is up towards sky. And on your exhale, begin to fold over your open legs in any amount. And that means you can be up here in the midline. You can be anywhere you'd like to be. Inhale, raise yourself back up, pressing into feet. Begin to drop your hands to your sides and slowly walk your feet in together. Stepping to the top of your mat. Let's practice a half sun salutation. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold, bring torso over legs. Inhale, lengthen spine, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise yourself back up. Palms of hands together, drop into heart. Breathe here, maybe choosing to close your eyes, knowing where we're going for our next part of class, practicing the opposite side now. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on the earth and step it back to downward facing dog. Feel the strength you're building in your own body here, pressing into the four corners of hands and your feet. Raising hips up towards sky, bringing belly up and in. Begin to come up to the balls of your feet and step your left foot in between your hands. Set yourself up to a nice strong foundation by stepping feet apart into the railroad track setup. Come up onto the ball of your right foot, and on your inhalation, raise your torso so that it's hovering right above your left thigh. Arms floating out behind you. Runner's lunge. Inhale, float your torso up, coming into crescent moon posture. See if your fingers can touch the sky. Feel the ball of your right foot really activated. Strong foundation. Take a deep inhalation. Feel your entire torso grow long. And on your exhale, palms together, drop them to heart. Inhale to begin twisting to the left side, maybe locking your right elbow on the outside of left knee. Maybe you're here with hands on your left thigh. Wherever you're at, get to some sort of twist. On your next inhalation, raise yourself back up and then open your arms wide, coming into warrior two on the other side. So your left toe tips are pointed to the front of your mat and your right foot is parallel to back of mat. Arms spread very wide into a T. Bending into that front knee. Virabhadrasana 2. What strength do you have deep within you that you can access with the breath? Not only in this posture, but life beyond this mat. Bend into this left elbow, place left forearm on left thigh. Circle out with right arm and over top of right ear. Pressing in strongly into your feet. See if your breath can just escape you, meaning see if breath can just flow and float from your toes to the crown of head. Not concentrating on the difficulty of the posture, just concentrating on on your breath. It'll ease the posture. Press into your feet. Circle yourself back to that warrior two. Flip the front palm and circle up and over, dropping your right hand to your right thigh. Or you can place that right hand behind your back, still remaining bent in your left knee. Exalted warrior. Heart is up towards sky. What can you give away, like your heart pointed up towards the sky? With each breath, what little bit of stress can you let loose of your mind, your body, right here and now? Walk into this week free. Coming back slowly into warrior two, gaze is out over those left fingertips. Lengthen left leg long, drop hands to your sides. Both feet are now parallel to top and bottom of mat. Bring your hands to your heart space. Take your arms out to a T, bend into elbows, and see if you can float your hands behind you at your lower back area, and your palms will connect. Or you can just take your forearms, opposite elbows. Wherever you're at with the bind, see if you can inhale to lengthen up, float that heart up towards sky. And on your exhale, begin to fold over your open legs. Maybe your hands float up off your back. Crown of head is dropped towards the earth. How free and easy can you breathe in this wide leg forward fold? If you're feeling any sensation of pain, just raise it up. If it's a sensation of discomfort, work it through with your breath. Separating palms of hands, see if you can drop them to the earth. Press palms of hands on the floor and raise up. Arms are lengthened long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into the palms of your hands and walk your hands so that they are past your shoulders. We're gonna do a practice of wide leg, forward fold, push up. So on your inhale, you're gonna shift your shoulders over your wrist. Exhale, bend into the elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. See if you can make these last as long as your breath. Practicing 3 or 4 more. Checking in with your belly, where's it at? When you get to your 3rd or 4th one, begin to walk your hands right underneath your face. Take your left hand underneath face, circle and sweep up right hand towards sky, twisting this way. Feeling the expanse of your arms. Exhale, taking right hand under gaze, circle sweep left hand up towards sky. Exhale that hand down, dropping your head towards the earth. Begin to slowly press into palms, walk the feet in so that they're hip width apart, and round yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Dropping shoulders away from ears, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Feel your feet underneath you. Really press into the feet. On your inhale, lengthen up your legs, activate legs fully. Belly comes up and in. Breath rests here in the heart. Exhale, press the breath from the heart all the way to your feet. Inhale, breath from feet to heart space. Can you take another sip of air from heart space to crown of head? Exhale, roll the breath from crown of head all the way to your feet. Inhaling up from feet to crown of head. Exhale, drop breath from crown of head to feet. Feeling the strength you've created on all the asanas, the postures we've practiced. Also feel the strength that mountain pose has alone. Let's practice eagle together. Talking about strength, let's talk about clarity of mind. So take your arms out to a T, bend into your elbows, and I will mirror you here. At least try to. Take your left, I already messed up. Take your left arm on top of right. Maybe you bind your hands. Maybe your hands come to your shoulders. So with left arm on top of right, we're gonna step our right leg over our left, bending into both knees, and maybe your toes come to the earth. Maybe they don't. You be you here in any of these postures. Bringing your belly up and in towards the spine. Begin to inhale, lifting elbows up. And exhale, rounding spine, bringing elbows towards the knees. With your next inhalation, press into your feet, raise yourself up, and separate your arms to a T. Drop them down to your side and uncross right leg from left. Maybe shift back and forth on your feet. Take your arms out to a T in Tadasana, bend into your elbows, and this time take your right over left. Bringing your gaze to your forearms. And since your right is on top of left, we'll practice the alternate leg, the opposite leg, stepping left leg over right, bending into both knees, bringing belly up and in towards the spine. What clarity of mind can you give to yourself today, like the eagle flying above? Finding its point of destination, just like you. On your inhales and exhales, focusing solely on that clear vision of the space in between your forearms. Not resting in the future, not resting in the past, but clarity of mind in this present moment. Inhale, bringing elbows up towards sky. Exhale, begin to bend elbows towards your knees. Pressing into feet, slowly raise yourself back up. Take your arms to a T on inhale. Exhale them back to your sides and uncross your feet. Here, we're going to separate our feet so that they're about hip width apart. Toes are pointed up towards the top corner of your mat. Inhale your arms up. And on your exhale, begin to drop your arms, your hands through to your midline as you drop your hips. Coming into Malasana, yogi squat. Maybe shift back and forth so that you feel some comfort here in the squat. You can also rest up here in this Kester's posture, resting your forearms on thighs, still in a nice squat. Building into your hip flexors. Dropping left hand to the sky, floating right hand up. See if your breath can be expansive here from your left hand on the floor all the way up to your right fingertips. Exhale, begin to float that back down. Right hand comes to the earth, circling up, left hand towards sky. Expansively breathe, building space. As we practice yoga, we're making space in our body, also our mind. What can you fill the space up with? Leave it vacant space. Fill it with something positive. You decide. Bring both hands to the earth, maybe taking your right hand on top of left, and then taking your thumbs together, making a mudra here. See if you can shift yourself up, bringing the mudra to your lower belly area. Exhale your hands back in front of you to the earth and come down to a comfortable seat again. Extending legs long once you get to your seat. Feeling your hips on the earth. Your feet are flexed. Your legs are entirely active, pressing into your heels. Feeling your hips on the earth. Belly is up and into spine. Inhale, float those arms up. Exhale, fold. Grabbing on to either your feet, your calves, your thighs. Knowing here that wherever you're at is a beautiful experience. Acknowledge it, rest in that part of the journey. Try not to push yourself any further than where you're at. Bending into your elbows from on one side and the other. Inhale, walk yourself up. Bend into this left knee. Open it up to the side. Float yourself, your torso, towards that left leg and begin to fold over the left leg. Maybe you stay up to palms of hands. Maybe you come down to forearms. So here you're flexed into your foot. Inhale, raise yourself up. Bring your entire torso over right leg, line it up, flexing still into the right foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in any amount, and really and truly enjoy the fold. Why are we practicing any postures if we don't like them? If this is uneasy for you, just raise it up. Feel your breath and feel the joy in each posture. Raise up a little bit and inhale, circling left arm out in front and float fingertips to behind your hips onto the earth. Come up onto this left knee and circle right arm out and over, coming up into wild thing. Hip points are up towards sky. Maybe heart is float up towards sky as well. Exhale, circle that hand out in front of you, dropping hips back down, closing the left leg towards the right, feeling yourself in Dandasana again, flexing into feet, activating legs, belly is up and in. Bending into the right knee, opening right knee to the side, get yourself situated here, pressing the foot, the right foot onto the inside of left thigh, taking torso out over right leg. Begin to fold in any amount over the right leg. Still remaining active in your left foot and leg. Slowly walk yourself up and line your torso over left leg. Inhale, raise arms up. Exhale, fold. Dropping your hands wherever they go. Not worrying where they should be, but just focusing on where they are. Elbows bend out to the sides. Begin to slowly raise up, circling right arm out in front of you, and then dropping right fingertips behind your hips. Come up onto this right knee, circle left arm out and over. Hip points out towards the sky. Wild thing. Exhale, drop the hips down. Taking your knee back up towards sky, dropping right leg alongside of left. Feeling Dandasana again. And then open your legs to a wider V. Not your widest V, but just a nice wide open V. Flexing into feet. Activate legs. Inhale, hands to heart space. Exhale, begin to fold to the inside of your wide legs. And when you're ready, drop those hands to the earth. Resting in the present moment with the breath and observing where the body is. Noticing this open, wide space where your belly is snuggled in. Maybe observing, is there any open space in my mind? Do I have clarity of mind like the eagle posture? And if I don't, I don't. Just noticing the space anywhere from the belly to the mind. Begin to walk up slowly, bending into your knees. Place your feet, bottoms of feet together, bending knees to the side. Coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Take your hands to your feet. Inhale, lengthen yourself up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Still feeling the expansive breath, filling that belly full. And then on exhalation, take the breath back through the body to your hips. Raise yourself slowly back up, closing knees together. Begin to come onto your back here, pressing your feet onto the earth. Begin to slowly round your spine one vertebra at a time and just come onto your back. I'd like to practice butterfly on our back. It's called Supta Baddha Konasana. Here, we're just going to open our legs, our knees out to the sides again. Our feet, our bottoms of feet are together. So our soles of feet are together. Our shoulders are onto the earth, and maybe our hands rest on our belly. If you'd like a wider shoulder opener, you can take your hands right above your heart space, palms together, float them above your head, bending into your elbows. This is known as double butterfly. Although it's just fine to have your hands resting on your belly. Bringing the breath, the awareness to the outsides of your hips. With each inhale, fill the belly up. And with each exhale, feel your hips, maybe your knees come a little closer to the earth. The movement will be very minute, but there is always movement in our body because of the breath. At the bottom of your next exhalation, begin to bring your hands to your belly if they were above your head. And slowly, I want to offer you the invitation to slowly close your knees. See if you can take something along the lines of 5 to 8 breaths. That's full inhales and exhales to close the knees together. So this is a psoas muscle releasing practice. Your legs will probably begin to shake. Know that that's just fine and that the soles of your feet are still together. Remembering to breathe in this posture, even though it can be quite strenuous. Knowing that you're doing the side of your legs, such a benefit. The actual shaking of legs is that psoas muscle releasing. Maybe you feel it on the insides of your thighs, even up towards the pelvic area. Once you arrive, knees together, Separate the feet so that they're hip width apart and the soles of feet are on the earth. Step the heels in towards the hips. Lengthen arms to your sides. Press into the feet. Press into the entire length of arms, hands, shoulders. Begin to inhale, raising hip points up towards sky, maybe choosing to walk shoulders in a little bit towards your center line, your spine. Take really vast inhalations, filling belly up, and the exhalations, depleting belly. Bridge posture. Exhale, round slowly down from the top of your back, middle back, and lower back. Separate your feet mat width apart. Bring your knees in together and shift from right to left with your knees. Walking your feet back into hip width apart. Begin to float your knees down to the right side, taking your arms to a T, and then maybe your gaze goes to the left. Supine twist. Inhaling, filling up very full. Exhale, see if you can squeeze every last ounce of air out of there. Inhale, slowly bring your knees up towards sky. This time, take your hands and the palms of your hands. See if you can take them to the earth this time instead of palms open to sky. On your exhale, bring your knees to the left side of your mat. Maybe your gaze goes to the right. Feeling yourself in this twist. Enjoying the inhales, filling the belly up. And the exhales, fully enjoying every bit of air coming out of your body. Take that observation to the mind. Inhale, witnessing how full your mind is of thoughts. Exhale, see if your thoughts can begin to just crawl away for a moment of time. On your next inhale, raise the knees up towards the sky. Take your arms alongside your body and then lengthen your legs long. Coming into the most beautiful practice of posture of any practice is Shavasana. Shake your toes from side to side. That releases your hips, your legs, makes them feel loose and long. Allow your toes to come out to the sides of your mat. Release all muscles here. Maybe leave your hands on your belly. Maybe your arms are alongside your body. On your inhale, fill your belly up, full of air. Make it the fullest breath you've taken of the yoga practice today. Open your mouth, exhale every bit of air away from your body, your existence. Now just allow any form of practice to go. Be here on your back in ease, whatever that means for you today. Ease changes day to day. I'll leave you in silence for a moment. You'll hear me chanting when it's almost time to come back up. Om. 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 Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May these practices benefit everyone with a sense of peace and ease. Beginning to deepen your breath. Making small movements in your fingers, your toes. Bending into your knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the floor, to the earth. Choosing to roll over to one side. Here, acknowledging what you've done for yourself today, taking space. Pressing up, coming to that comfortable seat. Bringing your hands together at your heart space, bowing your head to your heart, your own inner teacher, knowing that the breath makes access to space, and space makes access to breath. Breathe free here. Be free. Inhale fully. Open your mouth. Exhale everything away. Bringing your hands from your heart to your forehead. Releasing hands from forehead up to sky, open palms. And then drop them back down to your heart. May you have an awesome week. Thank you for coming to practice today. Thanks for the space for yourself. The light within me sees and bows to the light within all of you. Namaste.